So here we are with part two. This is going to be focusing on all the boxed figurines that I currently own. I want to say this won't be as interesting, but maybe not, because the original packaging, well, accompanies all the figures that I'm about to show you today. And yeah, I think it's personally interesting. I've been thinking about my collecting as of recent, and some other factors about life, I guess, and I'm thinking about selling quite a few of the things I own. I'll just do a quick pan. There is quite a lot to get through, but I've been thinking about maybe selling and opening some of the figures I have, especially the ones that I don't have opened yet, just because, I mean, it's nice to have, the items in boxes. Of course, they're just there collecting dust. Yeah, the first few box items. Here we have the Tyrannosaurus Rex Escape Pack. I really love this thing. This is one of the figures I've considered unboxing, but I really love this box art and just the overall presentation. I like that it's a closed box. There's a big hunk of plastic here. And then Explorer is awesome. Get Tim Murphy and a pretty decent Tyrannosaurus. Obviously just an extreme chomp and repaint. But yeah, I really want to either get another one of these to open or just open this one. Here we have the Mosasaurus from Fallen Kingdom in box. Obviously, oh yeah, some of these are a bit dusty, I should mention. I've dusted them off a little bit, but I definitely need to go a little more thorough if I'm ever going to sell any of these. This thing is super awesome. My brother got one to open, and we had a second, so I just decided to keep it in box. This box is pretty awesome. Obviously Fallen Kingdom, but feels kind of more like a Jurassic World toy, especially with then there's this back here, and then the old real feel. Very nostalgic to me. This box specifically, I remember seeing it at the toy fair. There's the Grab and Growl Indoraptor. We have had like 3 of these at one point because they were like just cluttering the shelves at Target. They put them on sale for like $10, I think, so we got like 3 for the price of 1. I really love how the Indoraptors both had the rainy background and as opposed to the volcanic background. Nice little detail Mattel didn't need to do, but very much appreciate that. And then down there, as you can see, it's both the Legacy collection of Apatosaurus and Brachiosaurus from 2021 and 2019 respectively. As you can see, I really like their box arts. They're pretty nice. Obviously, they reuse like some assets, and I think the Brachiosaurus has like a Parasaurolophus in the background or something, which is just kind of hilarious. But it's nice to have both of these in box. But those two I've definitely thought about selling. As I have a Brachiosaurus already opened, and the Apatosaurus is something that I don't have room for, but I might open it. Apatosaurus is definitely something pretty cool, but I've thought about selling it a few times. Here we have some of like the, I guess, bundle packs that have came out over the past couple of years. Most of them are from 2022, weirdly. This is the Extreme Damage Blue and Owen set with the Rain Delacour man. Really like this set for what it is. It's just a nice incarnation of a blue. Probably the box art's pretty awesome. Probably should just be the Malta box art, but it seems to be the Biosyn Valley, but on fire, which is interesting that they decided to do that. Here we have the Isla Nublar Escape set. Very strange set, to say the least. You got John Hammond, Ellie Sattler, 2 Jurassic Park Velociraptors, and the banner. Bundled together, this doesn't make like really that much sense. But it was just kind of an excuse to give us John Hammond, which I'm fine with. Then you got Blue and Owen down here on the Legacy packaging, which is just doesn't make any sense. But packaging aside, this set's pretty nice for what it is. It's a nice way to get the John Hammond figure if you were unable to get the Comic-Con exclusive. Here's the Release and Rampage set again. I have one of these open already, but this is a nice set to have. It's nice to get the cage, an Atrociraptor, a few accessories, and Sonia Santos. That's her name. Got a nice little demonstration of the toy, the Pyroraptor, and I really like the box art. It's got some nice Malta aesthetics and designs, and I think it's a nice little pack. For $20, this is well worth it. Another weird pack is this one. It's literally just called what it contains: a Velociraptor, which is red, Owen, 2 Compsognathus, and a Gallimimus. And Owen has a riot shield and like an armor piece, and it's about to get absolutely destroyed for some reason. It's such a weird set, a Kohl's exclusive if I'm not mistaken, and I'm liking that all of these are in closed boxes, by the way. But this set in particular is just like so random. Like nothing here has anything to do with Fallen Kingdom. Wow, look at the Roarivores down there. But of course, yes, this is one of the many ways you can get Owen. There's so many Mattel Owens, it's not even funny. As described in the previous video, here's one of my favorite sets, the Legacy Collection 5-pack, I believe is what I call it. Of course, it's just, the contents are described below. And you get 5 dinosaurs and a human, and it's just, all the dinosaurs look pretty to say the least, especially this raptor, the Dilophosaurus. And of course you get Alan Grant, which is, of course, you can get separately from this set, but I think this is just a nice way in order to kind of receive a bunch of dinosaurs and a human together. Of course, Target also had the 6-pack, which I really like, but this also is just, a nice box. I love this back of the box here. It's just so nostalgic to me, I think. And there is that 6-pack right there, actually. Weirdly, this Gallimimus is the silver Gallimimus from the Kohl's pack, and this Dimorphodon's blue and purple, which is just not accurate to the actual set, but I digress. Very nice set, very nice box too, nice and enclosed. Now here is the Kitchen Encounter pack. I received this from Target. I believe I received almost all of these. As you can see, it has a nice Jurassic Park Velociraptor, Tim, and Lex, the first official Lex Murphy figure. I definitely want to open this one. For $20, I don't know if it's as good as a deal as this set, which is also the same. You get 2 humans as opposed to a human and a cage. I like how it's kind of colored the same as the previous Legacy Collection Jurassic Park Raptors, so it's kind of consistent, and you'll have all 3, I guess, JP Raptors if you were to get this set. The frying pan is a weird accessory choice. You think it would be, the ladle, which is pretty prominent in the scene, but here's 2 Hammond collection items I have in box. Here is the Gallimimus. I got this one on clearance for half off. It's a decent figure, but I think the Legacy Collection sculpt, the Gallimimus, is actually better than this, which is kind of weird. But the articulation, of course, is most welcome. And to go with that, I got Alan Grant on clearance. Here it says $11.04, but I believe I got it for like $3. Because Alan Grant was just clogging the shelves. Should have gotten Ellie, because she was also on that same price point, but I just didn't for some reason. Yeah, it's nice to have these 2. We'll probably be opening this one. This one, I don't really care for the Hammond Collection humans, so I'll probably be selling this. Here are some Dual Attack and Sound Strike figures from Dino Rivals and Primal Attack, respectively. Here is the Battle at Big Rock Allosaurus from 2019. As you can see, it's the Dino Rivals packaging, but with blue all over it. you know, to kind of indicate that it's, you know, part of this Battle of Big Rock short film. Obviously the sculpt's been used quite a few times now, but I remember seeing this and I just had to get it because it's just such an improvement over the original Allosaurus, at least in some regards. The body, arms, and legs are exactly the same as the previous, so the standing issue is still present, and this tail is pretty short. It can only be kind of packaged like that. Here it is, it's kind of out. There's the American Concavinator and the Zudo. And of course, Dino Rivals had these cards, which are kind of neat. Poor Solaris is getting absolutely destroyed. But of course, this was dual attack, so I had a chomping action feature and hands. Just going to town there. Really like this one. To go with it, you got the Nasutoceratops. This is the male Nasutoceratops in terms of sculpt. And of course, its tool features were the headbutt and the tail whip. Of course, same packaging, you know, name exception. And of course, you got this big rubbery head, and this thing was bigger than the Triceratops. Don't really like the colors too much on this one, but really like having both of these guys together. As mentioned in part 1, I did get a Triceratops with my Cryolophosaurus, and here's that Triceratops. Just the Wave 1 Soundstrike Triceratops. Colors are, you know, proper Jurassic World boring at this point. But I do like that the Triceratops has this feature. I think this is like the best feature for Triceratops. But really like the packaging for Primal Attack, minus, you know, Owen and good old Blue being on like all of these for some reason. Huge fan of the Primal Attack feature for this Triceratops. Additionally, I have two figures I shown in the previous video. The Edmontosaurus and the Parasaurolophus, Camp Cretaceous and Primal Attack Savage Strike. Well, here we have the sort of Roarivores and Roarivore repaints and other figures that basically are sort of the Roarivore box size. One thing I want to note is that while looking through the box with these guys, I found a bunch of instructions for, you know, all the different dinosaurs. And of course, in between the folded up instructions was this piece of paper, which basically says, well, don't throw away this product and the batteries. And of course, it has the warning information in every single language you could imagine, and a additional warning in every single language. Allosaurus from Wave 1 of Fallen Kingdom with glory. Metricanthosaurus from Wave 1 of Fallen Kingdom. Of course, the Hammond collection, Metricanthosaurus, is coming out soon. Cannot wait for that because, sorry, I do not really like these. Wave 2 of Fallen Kingdom. Here's the Ankylosaurus. Here's the Ceratosaurus from Wave 2 Fallen Kingdom. Here's the Pteranodon from Wave 2 Fallen Kingdom. Where's the batteries work in half of these? This one's box is super light. Here is the here's the Roar Strikers Triceratops from Dominion, which of course is a bit different than the Roarivores, but same general premise. This is my most recent acquisition, the Chronosaurus from Dino Trackers. Oh. This is like one of the only Dino Trackers mainline figures that I really have an interest in, because I think the sculpt work here is really good. And I think I'm going to open this one. Also, it's weird that Blue and Beta are on here, but I guess Dino Trackers is kind of a extension of the Dominion toy line to a degree. Here's the Roarivore repaints from Dino Rivals. Here's the Baryonyx. Probably my favorite of the these repaints. The others are not so great. Ankylosaurus is pretty decent. Now here's the Dino Rivals Metricanthosaurus. very much a downgrade. It's very. This one was already kind of cartoony, but that yellow could pass as a, some form of natural color with the green. But this one's just pure ketchup, and this was kind of a showcase of how a Mattel sculpt can drastically be different in quality just from the color of plastic and the paints used. Here is the Dino Rivals Ceratosaurus. Now this actually looks better than I remember it. As you can see here, it is compared to the previous Ceratosaurus. Again, very drastically different, which, seeing it now, again, very drastically different. Both look like they could be natural-ish, however. Now here's something pretty remarkable. Here's the Dino Hybrid Velociraptor from Hasbro. As you can see, it's the exact same sculpt as the Charlie we looked at on the previous video. Oh my god, this is just very nostalgic to me. But of course it looks like Jurassic World, the game, the mobile app, which is kind of interesting. Here is Wave 1 Fallen Kingdom Dimorphodon. Oh my god, that back is very nostalgic. Jeez. Here is the Crouching Raptor. This box is almost open. But a very not so liked raptor, but I think it looks pretty decent. I think it looks kind of interesting. This is our first time seeing it. And here is Velociraptor Blue. As we saw, I have too many of these, so I'm not sure why I have this here. But if you notice, 2018's attack packs here's a lot more plastic. Here's Dino Rivals Delta. As you can see, they really cut down on the plastic usage, which I'm happy about, because it literally didn't need any of this. But it's still a closed box, which is still nice. Of course, we don't have these enclosed boxes anymore, and they've changed drastically. But yeah, here's the infamous Delta, which doesn't really look like Delta at all. In fact, it looks more like Echo, which is kind of funny. But yeah, that's Dino Rivals Delta. For that same wave, we have the Dino Rivals Dracorex. I love this figure. This is one of my favorite attack packs that they've ever made. And I really like how it looks on this packaging. Here's the Dino Rivals Solaris. This was wave 2 of Dino Rivals. I really like the colors on this guy, and the sculpt's pretty decent too. Here's the Dino Rivals Mononicus. Got this one at Kohl's. I believe this is wave 3? Yeah, wave 3 of the attack packs for Dino Rivals. Really like those colors. They look pretty. Dino Rivals gave us quite a bit of species that are actually pretty interesting, including these. These are Primal Attack repaints of the Dino Rivals equivalents, Dino Rivals predecessors. Here's the Moosaurus. Pretty nice in this repainted form. And here's that second Rhamphorhynchus I mentioned. Both of the Rhamphorhynchus, 50 cents each, so it's just a steal. I believe I got this one slightly on sale, maybe. Last 2 attack packs I have in box is the Ornitholestes from Primal Attack Wave 1. Oh wow, I forgot about that green Dracorex. Very pretty. Like its colors a lot. It kind of reminds me of the Solaris, where it's just kind of like a random theropod, but it still looks pretty. And here's Camp Cretaceous Big Baby Bumpy. Arguably shouldn't be this size with that particular sculpt, but it's a pretty sought after figure, and I like this one quite a bit. This was, I believe, wave 3? This was wave 3 of the Primal Attack repaint. This was wave 3 of the Primal Attack pack figurines. We're back with quite a few more figurines. I'm going to go through some humans before I go through some of those Savage Strikes and massive, larger scale dinosaurs. I don't know how I ended up with this, but I have 2 Dr. Ian Malcolms. I definitely don't need 2 of these, especially since I have one that's already opened. So definitely going to probably sell one of these. But that's the original mainline Dr. Ian Malcolm. Here we have another Alan and Robert Muldoon. also from that Legacy Collection first wave back in 2018. So that's 12 in all. Here we have Ellie Sattler and Zia Rodriguez from Fallen Kingdom. As you notice, I have way too many Ellies, I think. Here we have Maisie from Fallen Kingdom and Mercenary Man with a Dimorphodon. This was wave 1, and I believe this was wave 3? Wave 2? I do not remember. It's been so long, and I found this in like 2020, I think. It was weird. Like, they had some 2018 humans, like, way after the 2018 toy line was, you know, gone. I'm not sure where these came from. There's also a batch of 2018 battle damage figures that randomly showed up as well. So I don't know if it was just like random stock that they had, but they went fast, to say the least. And of course, the infamous Owen and Baby Blue. This is probably my favorite Owen figure. Also have a few story packs here. Here is Yaz and Blue. I was going to open this when I got all the Camp Cretaceous campers, but I never got any more Camp Cretaceous campers, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might just sell it. And then here is a closed. Here's a boxed Claire and Dilophosaurus from Dominion. Both of these are wave 1 for their respective lines, Dinoscape and the Dominion line. Really like both of these packs, though. I am a sucker for these story packs because they come with a human, a dinosaur, and accessories. That's why I have so many of these. Now, this might be the rarest item I have in my collection. The Gyrosphere and Claire story pack from Fallen Kingdom, which simply comes with Gyrosphere, Claire, and of course that's the other part of the Gyrosphere, so that's it. A very nice vehicle and a very nice Claire figure. So strange that this was like the only way to get Fallen Kingdom Claire. I mean, if you look on the box for the Owen, you can see Claire with a raincoat for some reason, which is just a really random toy. But a lot of people really wanted this Claire because this is what Claire was wearing for, I believe, the entirety of Fallen Kingdom for the most part. Anyways, so and of course that Gyrosphere is nice and it's not an RC or anything, so it's just a nice little hamster ball. But yeah, I love this thing. Not sure if I'll open this ever, especially now. Here's the Sauropelta from Dinoscape Wave 1. Really like the box for this guy. These Dinoscape figures, I like the background. It's just super atmospheric. Not a huge fan of that random blue render. Yet again, if blue wasn't there, I feel like the packaging would be a lot better, but very nice. Here we have one of those weird, like, Wave 4 kind of Primal Attack Camp Cretaceous wave that released during the pandemic, where it was just kind of like a bunch of random repaints, kind of just all thrown together for some weird beginning of 2021 line. It was really weird. But this is the black and purple Steve Moloch, which has just the basic action feature. Yeah, it's just a really weird way of just repacks and repaints, and it's very strange. You can see here they are both together, both Savage Strike Plesiosaurs. For this one, I think color-wise over this one, but this one's still pretty neat. This was wave 2. I believe this was wave 2 or 3 of Dino Rivals, and then this was that weird Primal Attack. Probably going to end up opening one of the Plesiosaurs, maybe this one. I'm going to do some research and see. Something I take weird pride in is I have every single one of the, I guess, Savage Strike Legacy Collection items. Here's the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon, quote-unquote, with the infamous unreleased JP3 and Spitter Dilophosaurus for the Legacy Collection there. Of course, those were repainted for Dino Rivals. Here is the green Pteranodon, which actually had the Jurassic World colors initially, but that was moved to Battle Damage. Super weird how some of these figures turned up. And here's the Legacy Collection Gallimimus. Still probably my favorite Gallimimus, sculpt-wise. As you can see, I got this one on clearance. Here we have the Lost World Packy, which is breaking out of its box. That, you know, Kenner-ish inspired action feature. Very big Pachycephalosaurus for sure. But I still really like this one. Here is the first Mattel release of Junior from the Lost World. This one actually comes with you know, a little piece of capture gear. But this has just a little chomping feature. He's such a little cutie. And the final Savage Strike Legacy Collection 2018 is the Tiger Raptor. Looks not really like a Tiger Raptor. In fact, it looks just kind of like a yellow raptor with brown, but it's still nice. If you look here at the prototype, this one definitely looks like a Tiger Raptor, more so than, you know, previous, but this is just a classic jumping raptor sculpt. Then we got some action attack, massive biters, and large destructors. Just the larger scaled single dinosaurs. Here's the Stegosaurus from Fallen Kingdom. I absolutely love this Stegosaurus. One of my favorite figures Mattel has ever released. Wow. Very nostalgic to me. Here's the Carnotaurus with some receipt in there. Maybe the receipt for this. But of course, just the red 2018 Carnotaurus. And oh my gosh, this render. I forgot about it. So pretty. Here's the Suchomimus from Wave 2 Fallen Kingdom. This one is a weird one. This one was super hard to obtain and like fragile for some reason, and this one's action feature still works for now. It's super fragile though for some reason. I don't know why the quality control on this one was weird. But I really like this super. Whoa, that render is weird. The lighting makes it look so evil and spooky. Really like this guy. Now here is a Primal Attack Wave 1 Massive Biters Sarcosuchus. This one's pretty cartoony, I will say, and of course the proportions for Sarcosuchus are not exactly there, but it's still pretty awesome. I do like the head sculpt overall. I do like the sculpt overall, and the Primal Attack packaging, minus these two down here, it's very nice, very just like Jurassic World. I like to think Primal Attack. If the toy lines were to take place during any continuity, this would be kind of during Jurassic World's era. Another Primal Attack Massive Biter, Wave 2, Sights Mikarim. This was such a weird figure to see released. Of course, I got this off of Amazon like last year. I was really surprised that they had this still. It was retail price as well, which is just shocking to me. But of course it comes in this bag to kind of keep it contained, and warnings and whatnot. Last of these massive dinosaurs is the Pentaceratops that I recently got. I like this thing a lot. Colors, not so good. Sculpt and size and basically everything else about it I adore. Also the head is big and rubbery, and just a massive ceratopsian, the largest ceratopsian Mattel has released so far. You'll have to see how the Habitat Defender Pentaceratops compares. Here we have the Funko Pop Dennis Nedry. This is one of the 3 Funko Pops I own. Not a huge fan of these things personally, but or Funko products in general, but this was on sale, so I was like, you know what, why not? It's a nice little Dennis Nedry. Now these are weird. These are these strange rip and run zoomers. These are pretty strange. I think these came out like a year ago or two, but they have the 2019 Dino Rivals packaging, just funny to me, and there's a few others you can collect. They're pretty strange, but I just thought they were kind of interesting, and I think I received these for Christmas. Here is a bunch of unopened Camp Cretaceous dinosaur eggs. You have T-Rex, Toro, Bumpy, and these two are also Toro. This is from 2017. This is a Jurassic World sort of cart for a McDonald's sort of train, which is kind of interesting. Kind of neat that we have the Jurassic Park gate, kind of, and a T-Rex. Yes, pretty fun. These are technically open. These are the Battle Damage Minis from 2018. I don't have the bag anymore, but I do have the little case that they came in, and I have taken these out before, but it's been a long time. I had to put these all away because I didn't have room. Now I theoretically can pull these all out again, but I do like having this little plastic casing for them. Here are the two Snap Squads I own, Bumpy and Spinosaurus. These two are just my favorites and the only ones I really had an interest in collecting, so I decided to get them both. Here is the first wave. I have an additional Dimetrodon as well. I just thought these were kind of cute and I thought they would be nice to display. Here's the additional Dimetrodon. Then I got two of these on Christmas. I'm gonna open one of these because I think it's kind of fun. It's a little playset that has a gyrosphere, a little baby blue in a cage, and a nice little gate as well. I'm gonna keep one of these sealed. I also think the packaging's kind of neat with this blue render. Blue, actually. Blue was actually in this movie, so I'm not too fussed. Here's a cutie. Here's Primal Pal Blue. As you saw, Wolf Gamer has one of these open. Wow. This thing is loud. But this thing was pretty cute. The first of many of Mattel's little sort of baby dinosaurs that don't really go to any of the lines. They just kind of exist for younger kids to play with. Here is the Camp Adventure set. This is the first one I bought. It's very large and I love this closed box. That's the reason why I wanted to keep it in the box. Of course, now I'm having second thoughts and may actually just open or sell this one. This one I have almost opened many a times. This is the Isla Nublar capture set. Probably one of the best play sets we've gotten in a while. This came out last year. Of course, this has the InGen vehicle, Roland Tembo, 3 darts, and a little Parasaurolophus. And I really love this packaging. It looks really nice and captures the sort of Lost World aesthetic. Probably one of the better Legacy Collection items of the past years. Another slightly lesser Legacy Collection item, only slightly, is the Dennis Nedry Getaway Pack with this awesome Jeep, unfortunately missing one of its stripes, which is just really annoying. Of course, we have the Dennis Nedry Raincoat figure, and this Dilophosaurus, which looks less Jurassic Park, and then the ones I showcased in the first part looks kind of bootleggy. But overall, I say I do like this set quite a bit. Stick included. How awesome, Mattel. Here's Control and Conquer Toro. I remember ordering this on Entertainment Earth. My mother ordered this sometime in August, and I don't think it showed up until, I want to say, I think my mother ordered this sometime in July before my birthday, and it didn't show up until, I believe, November, so quite a bit later, but it's a pretty interesting figure again. I prefer the Action Attack Carnotaurus from 2018, but there's still some nice sculpt work here. Really wish I had a sculpted Scar, because that Scar is quite hilarious. And here is the Hasbro Owen Alpha and Velociraptor Blue set. I expressed many of my opinions on the set already, but yes, I got a second one because they were kind of clearancing out the whole Jurassic World Hasbro line. My mother bought this for me, and this kind of holds a special place to my heart, so don't know if I'm ever going to get rid of this one. here is the one of 2 Amber collection items I own. This is Ray Arnold. Just kept him in the box because I don't have any other 6-inch figures in general, and he wouldn't really display well with anything I have. I do really like this Ray Arnold though, more than the Hammond collection to a certain degree, because he at least came with an accessory, and I forget how nice the Amber collection packaging was, as opposed to the Hammond collection. Looking back, I think I prefer this, even though they're pretty close to each other in many regards. I have the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 2019 John Hammond. The doors opened because I wanted to, see the figure, because this is literally nothing. I wanted to open it at least so I can see it. And there he is, with the Raptor incubator and all. Of course, this was released only a year later at Target, so not really exclusive anymore, but I really like this packaging quite a bit. Additionally, Dennis Nedry.
You didn't say the magic word.
I love this packaging a lot. I like that it's a Barbasol can, and I really like this Nedry. This is probably my favorite Nedry figure ever, because I love the scene. I love the Dotson scene and all the accessories he comes with. The Barbasol can, the pie, and the bag are just super iconic, and I think they really knocked this one out of the park. And then in box still, I have the Ray Arnold Comic-Con exclusive set. As I showed in part 1, I have one of these already opened. This actually belonged to my dad, but he gave it to me because he did not have a purpose for it. So now I own it, and I cherish it. I love the packaging on this too. It's very, very nice. Now this is probably my favorite item in my collection, the Legacy Collection 2018 Spinosaurus. I remember getting this on I believe it was my 16th birthday. This was just such a surprise to me. I couldn't even believe it when I saw it, because this was only out in the United Kingdom, and well, if you've been around in the community for a while, you know how the distribution on this thing was absolutely horrendous. But very happy to have it. The packaging's awesome. Definitely not going to take this out of the box because this figure actually has a lot of quality control issues standing, and so does the Camp Cretaceous variant, which is just this sculpt remade and repainted. So, however, arguably even rarer is the battle damaged Spinosaurus. This packaging always kind of made me feel a little weird because it's so wide and just says Spinosaurus and has nothing else down here. But this had like a super limited release, and it's kind of crazy how my dad and mother were able to find this. I remember going out trying to hunt for it, and it was a pain to say the least. It was so difficult. But my father was able to find it online, so I thank him greatly. I think this figure and the Albertosaurus were the only battle damaged figures that actually made it to the US in terms of Dino Rivals, so at all, and they both had very limited releases, so very grateful to have this one. And of course my brother has one opened. And of course, here is the Camp Cretaceous Spinosaurus. I had to get all the Spinosaurus. I'm sorry, Spinosaurus is my favorite dinosaur. I was able to get one of these as well to open, which I showcased in the previous, but I really liked the whole Camp Cretaceous packaging and really wanted a large figure to kind of house in it, so I got the Spinosaurus. Of course, you get all the nice little details all over, and literally this exact same Chomping Spinosaurus render as the 2018 box art, and some other Primal Attack figures. Onto the final three. Here is the Tyrannosaurus Rex pack. It's the Tyrannosaurus Rex pack. Of course, having the Bull Rex and the Baby T-Rex, a repaint of it. I personally prefer this version of the Baby Rex, because it just has more paint and a darker, it's more of a green coloration. Not sure why they didn't just repack it, but they felt the need to repaint it, so whatever. But this Bull Rex is obviously the main selling point, and it looks really good overall, I'd say. And the packaging, of course, is the Legacy Collection, but kind of spliced in with Dino Rivals, since this was one of the Legacy Collections of Dino Rivals. And if you notice back down there is the very elusive and rare Legacy Collection story packs. These things barely existed. I feel like a lot of 2019's items had horrendous distribution. This thing was on shelves until at least 2021, so I hope a lot of y'all were able to receive this. And of course, I'm not going to be able to move them because I am literally out of room. But back there, you can see the original Dino Rivals Destroy and Devour Indominus and the Dino Rivals packaging. So glad I was able to find another one to open. But I got that as a special gift. And down there is the original 2018 April 16th Super Colossal Tyrannosaurus Rex. Just kind of the cornerstone of the collection to a degree, because it kind of marked the beginning of the whole Mattel era, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say it was a middle finger to Hasbro, but it was definitely kind of showed the toy world that they kind of are in charge and are gonna take Jurassic very, very seriously and kind of experiment with it. Not to say all their experiments were exactly the greatest. You all know how Amber Collection turned out, for example. That's just one. But I do appreciate that Mattel innovates each year, even if they're kind of horrendous sometimes. At least they tried. That's something that you can't really say about Hasbro too much. And in here is the last items of the collection. Just some assorted Matchbox cards from 2018 and 2015 as well. And then just a random blind bag. That one has the Spinosaurus. And here's two multi-packs. One for Legacy Collection, one for 2018. It's Fallen Kingdom. I also have a captive egg. Just random captive egg. Should probably open this. The Hot Wheels ID Jurassic Jeep. This was a pretty nice find. And a few plushies. Here is this very cursed, realistic plush blue. It's very weird. It's like a plush model wrapped in the actual animal, which is kind of cursed. We have this little cutie, which is Jurassic World the game, or, Dino Hybrid. Velociraptor. It's kind of cute. Definitely better than the blue. Got this in a white elephant. Here's this very strange 2015 Jurassic World Tyrannosaurus. And I gave him a little bandana. He looks fine. He looks a little weird. He's kind of funny though. And the cutest Jurassic plush I have is this recent Jurassic World little T-Rex baby. He looks super adorable, and he's definitely my favorite plush. So when I said I was running out of room, I meant literally. I don't have any room for anything. But yeah, that was the Jurassic Park toy collection. This was all the box stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And the previous. Definitely have quite a bit of stuff here. Definitely thinking about selling or opening or just donating some of this because I don't need it. I really don't. Some of this box stuff is just sitting here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.
Food is done. What are you doing? Am I recording a video?